This is the Dollemore Daily, and I'm Jesse Dollemore. Many of you have requested another round of Trump mugshot merch now that we have an actual mugshot of the ex-president. The ex-president facing 91 counts across 4 different indictments. Well, here it is. Here it is. You requested it. Here it is. 4th time's a charm, not the charm. I still think there's going to be a 5th and a 6th possibly indictment. So we just did a charm. It's a charm. You can get a sticker. All of this supports the channel. And you can have something in your hand having supported the channel. Anyway, you can go to dollemore.info. That'll redirect you to the Teespring store or the Spring store, whatever they're calling themselves this week. And I would appreciate it. Again, all of this is a great way to support the channel and the effort here. Thank you very much in advance if you buy something. Let's talk about Donald Trump's cases right now. This morning, it was ruled that the case in the election interference and the January 6th element of the Jack Smith case will go to trial on March 4th, 2024. Jack Smith wanted a January 2024 date, and Donald Trump wanted one in like 23-22. 2026. He wanted it years from now, even farther distanced from the actual crime, but it's just ridiculous what they wanted. So Donald Trump is facing 4. We don't know. It's to be determined, the Georgia case, but it's a March 25th, New York City, his business fraud case. So we got March 4th, March 25th, and May 20th for the Florida documents case. It's a slew of criminal trials that Donald Trump is facing. And his lawyer, Alina Habba, his actual lawyer, did something this weekend on Fox News that, I mean, she tanked the arguments they're trying to make to extend the court date to go against having a speedy trial. She flushed it down the toilet. She blew it all up, just exploded. I mean, how do you categorize what she did? But she went on with Shannon Bream, and really, look, the Trump team has been arguing that this case is too complex. We need all these many months and if not years to get our brains around it, get the defense around it, to prepare a vigorous defense for our client. And then his actual lawyer goes on TV and literally said, it's not complicated. Donald Trump is so brilliant. He has his mind around this so easily because he's just such a genius. It's not complicated. Which absolutely flies in the face of what they're trying to argue in court. And, by the way, a judge can take her words that were made in public on the news into consideration when making a determination. Watch Alina Habba on Fox News really just stepping in it.
But let me ask you this, the logistics, you saw the timeline there. That's in the middle of running for president, caucuses, primaries. How do you logistically handle, prepping a client for all of those different trials and running for president of the United States?
Yeah, if it was a normal person, honestly, Shannon, I could understand the concern. President Trump is not your average person. He's incredibly intelligent and he knows the ropes. He also knows the facts because he lived them. These are not complicated facts. Look at Fannie. It was a phone call that's been around forever that he refers to as the perfect phone call. What is he going to have to be prepped for? The truth? You don't have to prep much when you've done nothing wrong. So that I'm not concerned with. These trial dates also are going to move. It's unrealistic, it's theatrics, and no judge is going to say that you can be on 2 trials at once in 2 different states, because a lot of these overlap. They look at the start date of the trial, but these are 4 to 6 week trials at the least. So there's no way they're not going to overlap. I mean, they're going to have to go into October, November of next year, again, by design. But in terms of President Trump, the candidate, I have zero concerns.
Okay.
Look at his poll numbers, and he didn't even go to the debate.
If he was a normal person, Well, I think we all know Donald Trump is not a normal person. In fact, she then adjusted the language in real time on the fly to say he's not a normal person. Trump is not your average person. He's incredibly intelligent. He knows the ropes. He knows the facts. They're not complicated, these facts. Oh, the perfect phone call. The perfect phone call in which he asked for, we need to find 11,780 votes. Now, a lot of conservatives, these idiots who don't remember that the rest of us know what happened, they are trying to argue that all Donald Trump was doing was just asking for a recount. But they forget that 2 recounts, I believe 2, maybe even more, had already been conducted by the state of Georgia, by Brad Raffensperger, Republican Secretary of State of the state of Georgia. So he wasn't asking for another recount. He was asking to find votes illegally. And there's nothing to prep for, she says, as she torpedoes and sinks and flushes and tanks, pisses on the case. Maybe that's something Donald Trump likes, though. Maybe that's why he has her around. I don't know what their agenda is. One, she's not very skilled. It seems to me he really wants her to be the TV lawyer, even though she does sign legal documents that get presented to judges. But what are they doing? What's the strategy here? What are they attempting to accomplish? Because it seems like they're just trying to wage a trial in the court of public opinion, which isn't going to get him anywhere. I think they know they're sunk from a legal standpoint, from an in-court standpoint, from a trial standpoint. They're sunk. So their only hope, their best bet, is to try to get him back into the White House where he can use the presidency to scuttle these cases, to do away with them. Not the Georgia one, but these federal cases. I think that's it. Anyway, I'd love your opinion on this. You can call, leave me a voicemail, 714-576-4054. Of course, you can email me, daily@dollemore.com. I'd love to hear from you. Follow me on social media. I'm at Dollemore everywhere. Twitter, Instagram, Threads, TikTok, Facebook, at the social media, at the Dollemore, at the social media. If you want to help support my work, again, we got stickers and t-shirts and mugs. Every purchase goes towards supporting the show. That's great. If you want to do it on an ongoing monthly basis for $2 a month, you can help support the show. Click the join button below, become a channel member, hit the super thanks button below, or go over to patreon.com/IDoubtIt podcast. I love you guys. I appreciate you very much. I will see you next time. Until I do, be genuine as always and take care of one another.